Guys, I am finally partnered up with ScentSplit. Do you remember the video a while ago? It was some tag video about like our experience on YouTube as content creators. And I think one of the questions was, who would you like to collaborate with? And I didn't say a specific fragrance house. I said ScentSplit because I love to sample fragrances. I love to blind buy fragrances too. And you can kind of do it all on ScentSplit. They have different sizes. This isn't a ScentSplit advertisement video, but I'll tell you why I'm talking about ScentSplit fragrances in just a second. So it ends up being like an advertisement video, even though it's not intended to be. But they have different sizes of fragrances that you can try out, which I love. And they also sell full bottles. If you want to shop on there, I do have a discount code with them, Veronica 10. They sell the little 2 milliliter bottles. They also sell the 1 milliliter dabbers. Do I have one like that here? No, but you know what I'm talking about. Here, yeah, here's one right here. This little itty bitty size where you have to pull the top off. I can't mess with these. I'm done with this, but so I need a sprayer. So the minimum that I will buy when I'm wanting to try a fragrance, of course, I've purchased some of these in the past, friends. I'm just saying I don't want to purchase these anymore. 2 milliliters. You can do 5 milliliters, which will give you, it depends on the fragrance, but you can get a few weeks of wear out of something like this. And then the same thing with the travel spray, which is a 10 mil. And I mean, this could last you a whole vacation, several vacations. This could take you to 3 to 4 vacations if you spray, lightly. And then of course you can try the full bottles as well, or buy the full bottles. You're not trying a full bottle at that point, you're buying it. And so the point I'm getting at is that I love the variety of sizes. And if there's something that I really like, but I'm not ready to purchase a full bottle, but I kind of want it in my life, I can go ahead and get the 5 mil or the 10 mil. And I'll actually share an example of that in the video today. And they have such a huge library. I don't know how they do it, but they have about every fragrance house known to man on there. There's some fragrance houses that are very, very picky about their fragrances being decanted. I think y'all know what I'm talking about. You're not going to see those on there, but just about everything else is there. And I love ScentSplit. I spend a ton of money. Thousands. I have spent thousands of dollars trying fragrances, and I have no regrets. I really, really enjoy trying a wide variety. I enjoy talking with you about them and seeing whether I like them and whether you like them. That's the fun of fragrance. Who likes what and why, and we learn from each other. I will say this is a great way to sort of expand your olfactory palette. For example, if you've only been into florals, or you've only been into gourmands, or you've only been into woody fragrances, clean fragrances, this is a great way to try out other things without a huge commitment. Get a little 2 mil, spray it on, see what you think of it. And maybe it'll grow on you over time and you'll find yourself enjoying different kinds of perfumes. So what I would like to do in this video is share with you, I think about 8. Y'all, I probably have something like 60 to 100 ScentSplit decants throughout my house. And I've given many, many away to friends. We exchange, like people that do, well, some of you have exchanged with me, and I've also exchanged with other YouTubers. And so I'll do 8 in this video, and then another 8. ScentSplit did send me these. There's one that I'm going to talk about that I purchased, but they sent me these to try out. They are working to get the names out of some newer or different or lesser known perfume houses. And I'd like to share the ones that worked out for me. I'm not going to talk about all of them. There were some real stinkers in the bunch that I could not get down with. And so I only want to share with you the ones that really kind of made my personal cut. So we're going to start with 2 that they sent over from, and I think these are ScentSplit exclusive. So if you want them, you have to find them on ScentSplit. I don't know how to say the name, Michela or Michela Mezzetti PERFUMES. One is called Lick Me. Excuse me, that is so rude. And the other is called Breathe Me. I like them both. Not everyone in my house liked them both. So I'm going to start with Lick Me. I absolutely don't like that name. Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. I get it. It's like licking an ice cream cone, but I hate the name. And this is supposed to, I think, give you that sort of ice cream smell. I don't usually like to read notes to folks, but sometimes it's helpful to get a sense of what the fragrance is like. And I'm new to these, so excuse me here. Things that stand out to me: whipped cream, sugar, middle note of ice cream, cone waffle, vanilla and amber in the base. There are other notes, but that is kind of what stands out to me. My husband hated this, but he hates literal gourmands. If it smells like dessert and you can eat it, he's not into it. He loves beautiful florals on me, and I love florals too. And he also likes fragrances on me that are more unisex, that have some woody notes, I think because they appeal to him. We have talked about the fact that when ladies wear unisex or even slightly masculine-leaning fragrances, men tend to like that smell on ladies and vice versa. Like, I enjoy a fragrance on my husband that is masculine but has some feminine tones to it. I don't know, there's just like a tenderness to it that kind of like makes you want to come in and snuggle. If it's too rugged and too masculine, like he wears Dark Lord by Kilian. I mean, that is like the definition of a masculine fragrance. That is like rough and tumble, like tumbleweeds and horses and leather saddles and like just rough and tumble fragrance. It smells dang good on him. So yes, I do like those too, but something with a little bit of a floral or sweet touch mixed in with masculine notes can be really appealing for me and for ladies in general on men. How did I get off on that tangent? Lick Me. Ew, I don't even like saying the name. It absolutely smells like ice cream. It smells like ice cream with a little bit of a perfumey touch. And I think it's nice. The bottle is really an interesting design. It's new and it's different. And I think it's kind of quirky and cute. I wish it was named something different. But if you like gourmands, if you like vanilla fragrances, if you like to smell like ice cream, this is as close as it gets. I would also advise checking out Demeter or Demeter, depending on how you want to pronounce it. They have an ice cream scent that I think smells amazing. And another one that is also, but it's also floral and it's also coconutty to me, but it has like a bit of an ice cream touch. Actually, there's two. One is Laura Mercier's Ambre Vanille, has a bit of a melted ice cream taste. Excuse me, I don't taste it. Smell. And it's amazing. And then there's another one, a Paco Rabanne, I think it's Olympia Legend, that has like an apricot note and a beautiful vanilla that smells like an apricot ice cream or a plum ice cream or something like that. Anyway, Lick Me's good. The other fragrance from this same house is called Breathe Me. And I got that one in a 5 ml, or rather they sent it over in a 5 ml. This is one that I may want a full bottle of. It smells very breezy and very clean, kind of like laundry and florals on a warm breeze, like wafting through a summer evening when it's dusk. Is it dusk or dawn? Not dawn, dusk. As the sun is starting to set and, you know, maybe a little breeze is picking up as the sky starts to get a little bit darker in tone, but there's enough light that it's still dusk, not dawn. You know, somebody's doing laundry in the distance. Maybe there's some violet, like Parma candy types somewhere around and maybe a little bit of a floral waft. That's what I get from Breathe Me. It's very soothing and very calming. This, in fact, is what I wanted. L'Original from the Moroccan Oil, you know, their new release. I wanted that to smell like this. Beautiful. So I may be getting a full bottle of this. I find it very comforting, very clean, and very like appropriate for all kinds of occasions. You know, you could go to the supermarket in this just as well as go out to brunch with the ladies. Maybe not like a date night thing, because I don't find this sultry or sexy at all. I do find it really comforting and clean, like a Zen-like fragrance. Breathe Me. I can be okay with Breathe Me as a name. So then let's go to the newest release, or one of the newest releases. I don't even know if they've sent anything out into the world after this one. From M. Micallef, Hypnotic Musk. This one has gotten some buzz. I don't like this, but I do want to share it with the audience because I think other people would really like this. And that's why I kept it in this video. Gosh, this reminds me of something that I cannot put my finger on. And it's driving me crazy, like a soft musk in the background. This is a memory from the past. I pick up something in the neighborhood of like a violet iris combination, a touch of powderiness. I don't know if it's a kind of gum that had like violet tones in it that I'm tasting, something like violet and grapey. Okay, violet and grapey, with a powdery musky background. So it has to be some kind of candy. Kind of like, did you all have the shredded gum? I think it had like a baseball theme to it and it came in a pack. And I think it was supposed to have, look at this. Look at this in 1980s, the 80s, the things that we were allowed to market to children. This came in a pack and I believe it was supposed to mimic the tobacco. I forget what it's called, but you know, like the fresh shredded tobacco that like baseball players would sometimes stick in their gum and just kind of suck on. So that baseball themed candy, I hope I'm remembering this correctly and not completely making this up. It was shredded and there was a version that was like grapey tasting. That is kind of what this reminds me of, with some musk in the background and a little bit of a Band-Aid smell too. And so I know that sounds weird. I can see people really enjoying this sort of purpley, cold floral smell on them with some musk and powder. I don't think this is for me, but I appreciate what it is. And I think if you like that kind of thing, purpley florals, a little cold texture, a little powder, a little musk, you may want to check out Hypnotic Musk. We're going to go next to Granita from Aziri, Paris is the name of the house. I had such an interesting experience sniffing this. This also smells like some candy from the 1980s. So if you were a fan of Now and Laters and they kind of like melt in your mouth as you're chewing on them, There were some flavors that had like this, almost like a rotten artificial smell to them. The opening of this fragrance very much reminds me of whatever those now and laters were. I don't remember the flavors. I wish I could tell you, but it's a really, really distinct memory. However, as this settles down, that's the opening of the fragrance, this does become a lot more pleasant. It's supposed to remind you of an Italian dessert. Maybe that's called Granita. I should probably ask my husband. He's not in the room at the moment. Top notes: peach, exotic fruits, and passion fruit. So if you think that's where the now and later thing comes from, if you think about like rotten tropical fruits, it's kind of funky, the kind of sort of scent that's coming off of them as they degrade. That smell is in the opening. I don't like that. And then in the middle, melon, caramel, vanilla, and in the base, coconut, musk, sandalwood, and amber. I do think you get a little bit more of the caramel vanilla combo and some more of that musk and coconut as it settles down. There's like a hint of fruitiness that stays throughout the fragrance, but it becomes more like gourmand territory as it settles down. I think this is a really interesting fragrance. If you like the smell of like sweet tropical fruits, you get a little bit of that throughout the body of Granita. And I give it a thumbs up overall, although I don't think I would like a bottle of this for my personal self. But I think a lot of people who are into fruity gourmands may find this interesting. And I would say check it out. It's kind of a cool fragrance experience. And let me know if you get the same kind of now and later memory from this that I do. So then I purchased this one myself and ended up going ahead and getting a travel spray of it as well after I tried it, because I thought it was fantastic. My husband has the travel spray and he's actually got it in his bag to go travel with. This is from Christian Provenzano's line and it's called Santal Indien. This is fantastic. The bottle is beautiful on this. You know, I like the jewel top on it. I think it's really pretty. This is primarily a very creamy sandalwood done in the most elegant, sophisticated way. Fantastic. I have tried, I don't know, you all, probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 sandalwood fragrances over the past few years, maybe more. This one quickly rose to the top as maybe the smoothest, creamiest, like most standout sandalwood fragrance I've ever smelled. Better than any of the ones that I've had before and the ones that I've loved before. Another sandalwood fragrance, and I think I might have gotten this from ScentSplit as well. It's right here. And it's the Legend of Mysore from Pana London. Beautiful, sort of pure sandalwood scent. This Santal Indien is like sandalwood mixed with something almost like a coconut creaminess. I mean, it doesn't smell like coconut, but sometimes when you have coconut in a scent, it has that dense creaminess to it. There's a little bit of vanilla. What are some of the other notes? I don't really pick up any of these other notes. It says sandalwood, tonka bean, vanilla, and then a bunch of other stuff in the base. Maybe those three are what stand out to me in this fragrance. It's easily wearable by ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to borrow my husband's one to maybe do a full day wear of that as we have a cool night here coming up. Freaking amazing fragrance. And it is pricey. This is sitting out here, the 100 ml bottle at $3.15, which is part of the reason that I paused on purchasing a full one, but it's amazing. So then ScentSplit sent a few over from a new house that I haven't tried and I was curious about. Let me know if you've tried these. The bottles look like they would either be really cool or really not cool, and I wanted to know your thoughts. But I'm a sucker for anything that's about New York. This is called Uptown Perfumery, and the bottles are shaped to look like brownstone buildings in New York. So, I mean, you know, it's a little bit of a nostalgic touch there. I had the chance to try 2,000 Raindrops. I purchased that on my own with that sandalwood fragrance, and then they sent over Sunset Over the Brownstone, and maybe one other that did not make it into the video. Sunset Over the Brownstone is so interesting. It smells like there's citrus off in the distance and maybe some kind of floral tropical drink nearby, but you're just getting sort of wafts of that on a waft of wind that is signaling a thunderstorm in the distance. So when it says Sunset Over the Brownstone, I imagine myself in a backyard of a brownstone or maybe on the roof if there's a rooftop party and these scents are nearby, like they're in the buffet. Maybe there's a bar, you know, where you can get your little floral and or tropical drink. It has this fresh, watery cleanness to it, maybe a little bit of that purple floral thing. And it's a refreshing light scent. And so that gets a thumbs up. And then 2,000 Raindrops. I love this scent. And I have to tell you that it fades super quickly. But my gosh, is this one of the loveliest scents on spraying. It smells like petrichor. It has watery, sort of transparent touches to it. Has a little bit of an ethereal feel. and it's just light. So for 2000 Raindrops, it is one that I tried on skin. It kind of blooms on skin, but then it fades away quickly. So that's my only beef with this one. But what a beautiful representation of what rain smells like. Really delightful. I'm curious to know if any of you have tried this brand, and if so, please tell me what you think. I am so curious to hear your thoughts. And then I unexpectedly fell in love with one that I asked them to send over and just didn't know if I would like. This is from Chabaud, which I would like to try more from. I'm forgetting now what I know what it is. Biscuit Delay. I went through a small bottle of that. I really love that fragrance. By the way, thank you if you were one of the people, when I talked about that fragrance last, I complained about the top on the bottle, and a number of you shared with me that there are other bottle options that have better caps. So thank you. I, at that point, turned my attention back to Chabaud because of your advice. So I appreciate you all weighing in with that. This one is called NECTAR de FLEURS, and I was able to get that from them in a 5 ml as well. This is such almost like a buttery floral scent. It has this sort of creamy, white floral delightfulness to it. It's like a bouquet of flowers with almost like a creamy something surrounding it. It has a little bit of a soapy nuance to it as well. It's fresh, it's uplifting, it's feminine, floral, soapy, feminine creaminess. And this is one that I would like to wear this spring. If I fall in love with this one on a full wear, it's one that I would consider purchasing a bottle of. So that's it for now, friends. Let me know if you've tried any of these in the comments, and if so, what your thoughts are. I will do the next 8 in another video and maybe continue doing a series like this as I continue to order samples from one of my favorite sample places, ScentSplit. And you can use the code Veronica10 if you'd like to shop there. Thank you so much. I hope y'all have a fabulous day. Take care.